Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to today's math lesson, Count by Tens Using Dimes. Now, before we begin, I would like you to make sure that you have your math textbook, okay, whiteboard and marker, pencil, and eraser, all right? So, and I believe you should have your 10-frame mat, the work mat too, so that you can use that if you need be, okay? So let's get started. If you need those materials, pause, get them, and come back. So we're continuing to learn ways that we can answer this question, how can I use place value, so that at the end of our chapter 5, we can do an I can statement of I can use place value. All right, so let's go to our first warm-up. And our warm-up today is you are going to write the number. All right, so if you would like to put perhaps the number 1 on your whiteboard, and what does 8 tens equal? Print that now. All right. Now, if necessary, what you could do is you could use, as I have shown you last lesson, you could use a stick to represent a group of 10, because we do know that we don't have enough of our connecting cubes to make 8 groups of 10. So I like to sometimes just use paper and drawing or a mat, the whiteboard with a marker. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one thing I want you to notice, okay, is that I didn't worry about them being all straight, about the same size. I just know that for my purpose of counting, I'm going to make sure that this is here to help me count by tens. Okay, so let's try that. So there's 8 tens. You already heard me count 8. So now I have to count by 10 to see what my number is. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so here for number 1, I am going, whoop, I'm still on that wrong. All right. Oh, silly. Silly me. All right, let's try this. Will it erase? No, it won't. So that's all right. We're going to still print. Okay, we're going to do it over here. 80. Why am I not? Oh, because it's on erase. Okay, 80. 8, 0. And as I said yesterday in our little groups, remember, it's very important to put your numbers in the correct position. 80. Okay, so I would say pause now and do numbers 2 and 3 and come back for your answer. Okay, ready? Here are your answers for number 2 and 3. All right, number 2, 3 tens equals 30, and number 3, 5 tens equals 50. All right, here's our next math warm-up. Now this one, they gave us the cubes. They want us to look at the cubes. Now listen to this question. How many groups of 10 are there? Big clue. Groups of 10. How many? Look at your options. 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 9 tens. How many groups are there? Pause, figure it out, and come back for your answer. 6 tens. That's right. We're just counting how many groups there are. All right. Now, we're going to investigate the math next. All right. They want to know how we can use coins to count by 10. So here's a quick little review of what we did in our math groups yesterday, okay? A penny is 1 cent. Remember I said in math, labels are very important, right? Okay. With a nickel, 5 cents. Dime, 10 cents. And a quarter is 25 cents. So which coin could we use to count by 10? That's correct. We're going to use we're going to use the dime. Okay, so let's put these here, and we're going to just forget about those. Okay, so we're going to use our dime, which is right here, to count by 10 because the value is a 10 or 10 cents. Now I want to show you the back. This is picture. Now one of the things, and we'll talk about this in person more, but the pictures on the coins currently, okay, are people who were presidents in the past. Okay, you cannot be alive and have your likeness or face on the coin on any money in the United States. So this is a picture of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was a president many years ago. And here, this is called the heads side of a coin. Okay, now look on the back. All right, and this is the tails, which is always considered the back of a coin. So this is what a dime looks like. Okay, there you go, and that's flipping it, heads or tails. All right, okay, I know that's kind of cool. All right, let's continue. All right, look here. They want us to further investigate. They want us to draw lines to match the numbers to the correct amount of dimes. So remember, when we are counting a dime, it is by 10. Very, very, very good. All right, so let's look at this. There are 3 dimes here. I like to start on this side and then find the amount it matches. Let's count. Ready? 10, 20, 30 cents. Now remember, we always put that label. Okay, 30 cents. No, that's 40 cents. Notice the symbol, cent. 70 cents. There's 30. Okay, and I would draw my line there. Okay, pause and see, where does this group of coins have a line go to? A, B, or D? Okay, so this goes to the 40 cents. Did you do that? Good job. Oh, look at these. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Pause and point to the one that it should go to for 60 cents. That's right, D. And though this is the last one, I always like to double check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 cents right there. Okay, good job. All right, let's continue on with our next part of our lesson. Okay, now this one here, Leslie has 5 dimes. Kyle has 3 dimes. All right, it says show the dimes on the screen. I already did that, so we can take our time and do the rest of the problem. How many dimes are there in all? Okay, so there are 5 dimes, and Kyle has 3. Now I know there's 5, so I'm not going to count those over again. I'm going to count on 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they have 8 dimes. That's what they wanted to ask us. They wanted to know how many dimes are there in all and how many cents. Okay, so here are 8 dimes. We already know that. Okay, I'm trying to be very neat with my printing. Now, we are going to fill in the counting portion of this. So I was able to line the coins up here, but not here because, you know, the computer doesn't let me do that. So the first one, and they've already put the labels, so that's good. I don't have to write labels. Counting one at a time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents so far. Now, what they want us to do, because they still have it moving along, I should not start counting over again. I need to count on, because they say, how many cents is this all together? So my next number is going to be, what comes after 50 when you count by tens? That's right, 60, because we're counting on. We want to know what the value of the group is all together. 70, oops, sorry, 80 cents. Okay, so now that is going to help me continue finding out my answer and completing it here. They have 8 dimes in all. This is worth 80 cents. Now they use the word cents. Notice it starts with, has a soft C, cents, and then here it's almost, it looks like a C with a straight line down through it. Okay? So that is, you count on. All right, let's move on. Okay. All right, now I would like you to get your math book, all right, and you're going to turn to your page of 359. Okay, if you need to, pause the video and come back. All right, so what they would like you to do on this page, okay, I'm going to get your book so I can read it along with you at the bottom. Okay, they always have a little math story or something here to tell you what to do on that page. And if you notice, I like that little picture of a dime, and look at his speech bubble. You're a 10. Sometimes they'll say that to somebody, meaning they're really great, but I like that because it also means that's the value of that coin. Okay, you want to circle all the dimes that are in that cash register. Okay, that is the directions for this. And they are showing you first the tail and the heads of a dime, and they're showing you the value. Dime equals 10 cents. Now, you're going, and the reason they're showing is because you could see either a heads or tails down in the cash register drawer. So they would like you to circle all the dimes that you see and then put the value over here. Okay? Pause and work on that. Okay, here is your solution. Here are the 4 dimes. All right, there were a couple of tails and a couple of heads. And so it's 4 dimes, and it equals 40 cents. 10, 20, 30, 40 cents. Okay. All right, now let's look at our see and show. Okay, on the next page. You can count by tens to count dimes. So helpful hint. Now look at this. Here they put, okay, this is why I said if you wanted to try using a 10 frame. Notice 10 pennies. Fill that up. We know from before that it means it's 10. So the value of a dime is also 10 pennies. Which do you think is easier to count by? I agree with you. Dimes. Yeah. So 10 pennies equals 1 dime. And here they show the heads or tails. The word dime. 10 cents equals 10 cents. Now what they mean by that is 1 dime equals 10 of these. Okay, that's what that means. Because each one of these is worth 1 cent. And then they have, you can trace over counting. Whenever you trace, I would suggest that you say the number as you move along. That's also extra practice for you. Okay? All right, so now let's look at, oops, sorry about that. I clicked on the wrong one. Here we go. All right, the see and show, we are going to be practicing together using the dime to count, and then writing the numbers. Okay, so remember, you're going to count by 10 and then see how much in all. So pause this and complete 1 and 2 and come back and check your answer. Okay, here you go. On each line, this is what you should have written. If by some chance, 10, 20, 30 cents in all, if you made a mistake, pause the video and correct your number. And then the second one is 20 cents. Okay, complete number 3 and pause, come back to check. And you got 70 cents in all. Means everything together. Okay. All right, talk math. How many dimes are the same as 40 pennies? How could you figure that out? Oh, I see some of you are using fingers. That's right. Counting each one. Okay. Okay. Ah, I know. I heard one of you say it. Well, I know that each group of 10 equals 110. So that's 10. So if it's 40, I know there should be 4 dimes. Let's see if that works. If I do a finger for each dime. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's right. That would be 4 dimes. All right. Good job. All right. So boys and girls, on my own from 1 to 7, I will pause it and you can work on it and come back and check your answers. Here's your solution for number 4. Remember, be sure to check the way you wrote your numbers. Number 5. Here's your solution. Number 6. There's your solution. And number 7. Up to 70 cents. Okay, now let's look at our problem solving. You have 2 coins. They equal 20 cents. Draw the coins you have. Now here's a suggestion that I have. Instead of drawing circles and all that, I suggest, because it's so much easier, okay, we already know that we're working with dimes and 2 of them, right? Okay, so my solution would be for when I draw a dime, dime, that's right, a D. All I'm going to do is write the letter D. That is 1 dime. Or to make it neater, okay, I could just type. Now in this case, an uppercase D and then another uppercase D. All right, and that would make my, let's get rid of this one because it's messy. Okay, so my solution would be simply to just draw 2 D's that represent a dime, and let's check. Okay, now I know they did this, but by the time, there are going to be times where we have to do some longer ones or, more. So I suggest just doing the D's. All right, Kira is at the fair. She is playing a dime toss game. She throws 90 cents in dimes. Circle how many coins she tosses. Okay, so here we go. All right. Now remember, remember when I said there would be times when you would have to do a lot of counting? Okay. This is where I'm also going to make a mark before I circle. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So now I am just going to circle only the group of coins. She tossed 9 dimes in the game. Okay, and here they go. All right. All right, let's look at our last problem together. Kieran has 2 dimes, Austin has 4 dimes, and Leroy has 1 dime. Okay, so let's see. They want, how much money do they have in all? Well, I'm going to first add how many they have. All right, so let's do this. There's, Kieran has 2. Okay, oops. Kieran has 2 dimes. And Austin has 4 dimes. Oops. And Leroy has 1 dime. Now I'm going to figure out how many they have. So let's see. I'm going to start with the 4 in my head. 4, then 2, 5, 6, and 1 more is 7. So together they have 7 coins. Okay. Now I'm going to put 7 times equals 70 cents. Okay, because I know if I counted a dime, it's 10. So here we go. In fact, I'll do that right here. 10, 20, 30, 40, there's 4 dimes, 50, 60, 70 dimes is 70 cents. Okay? All right, boys and girls, good job today in math, and I will see you in our math group. Bye-bye.